Hello, everyone. We are going to be talking today about the practice set for the order of operations. So go ahead and grab a piece of paper, a pen, whatever it is, whatever you use to take notes, and let's get started, okay? So our first example is asking us to evaluate the expression when of 6 times 2p squared when p is equal to 11. So we're going to do just that. We're going to substitute 11 wherever we see p. So 6 times 2, and then p will be 11, and then we're going to square it. So remember our discussion on order of operations. We have, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses, evaluating powers, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So here I have multiplication, and then here I have also multiplication here, but I have a power here. So I'm going to evaluate my power because this comes before multiplication. So that is what I'm going to do. I am going to evaluate this power. So 6 times 2 times 11 squared is the same thing as 11 times 11. 6 times 2 times 121. Okay, and now I have multiplication. I can do this all together. I can multiply 6 times 2 times 121. But just for the sake of us going step by step, I'm going to multiply 2 times 121, and this is going to be 242. Now I can multiply the 6, so 6 times 242 will give me 1,452. Okay? So, or we could have just multiplied all of this together. So it'd be 6 times 2 times 121. That would give me the same answer. Okay, but just for clarity's sake, I want to show you. So let's go ahead and move on to the next example. So we have 14 times the quantity 9 plus 1, and we're asked to evaluate this when n is equal to 12. Okay, so we're going to substitute. So we have 14, and wherever we see n, we're going to put 12. Now remember order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Our P, what does the P stand for? Any thoughts, suggestions, comments, concerns? It's going to stand for parentheses. Okay, so whatever we have in the parentheses, whatever, we have grouping symbols. Okay, so I'm going to start in here. So I have these parentheses, and inside I have addition. And you're probably thinking, wait, addition has a lower priority than multiplication. That's true, but we're going to start our work within the parentheses, okay? Good observation, but we're going to start in the parentheses first, right here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 14 times, what's 12 plus 1? 13. And then now we can do our multiplication of 14 times 13. That is 182. Okay, so we started here in the parentheses. We carried out the operation within the parentheses. Then we multiplied whatever was out here. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Let's go on to the next example. We have x divided by 7. This quantity is added to 16. We're asked to evaluate when x is equal to 14. So wherever we see an x in this problem, we're going to replace it with a 14. So I'm going to write 14 divided by 7 and add the 16. So now we go back to our order of operations. So we have division here and addition. So I go here, I have division, and then I have addition. So division comes first, so I'm going to start here. So I'm going to do this division first. So 14 divided by 7 gives me 2. Now I'm going to bring this down. So I'm going to write 16 down here, and now I can do the addition. Okay, so this is going to be 18. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Let's go ahead and go to the next problem. Here we are asked to evaluate the expression. Oh, that looks scary. It doesn't look it doesn't look that bad. Okay, just for the record, I did write these questions, but they're all for your understanding. I'm not here to make you scared of math. We're here to have fun. Okay, so we have our grouping symbols, and inside we have multiplication, the 7 times 4, and it's within the parentheses. Then we have an addition of 3, and then we have the closed brackets, and then we have 15 on being added on the outside. So the first thing that I'm going to do before I even write anything down, I am going to write this. I'm going to write PEM, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And this means parentheses, work in the parentheses first, evaluate any powers you have, do any multiplication or division that you have next, and then finally we will work with our addition or subtraction. So here we have a lot of grouping symbols. We have a lot of parentheses, so we know that that is where we're going to start first. So we have these brackets, but within these brackets, we have this other set of parentheses of 7 times 4. So this is where we're going to start, okay? So I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write my bracket. So 7 times 4 is 28. And I can drop my parentheses and just write plus 3. And we have to write the parentheses there, then plus 15. Now I can work in here again. So 28 plus 3 is going to give us 31, and I can drop my parentheses now and bring out the add the 15, and now I can do the addition. So 31 plus 15 is going to give us 46. Okay. And it's really important here. I know you might be thinking, well, we added here and we have addition on the outside. Why can't I just drop the parentheses here and just add all of these 3 terms together? You can do that. I would encourage you to get into the habit of continuing to bring your parentheses down with you, your brackets, parentheses, because you may not always have that situation. You may have something else on the outside, and you definitely wouldn't want to jeopardize the order or confuse yourself simply because we want to save some time or save some space, or we're thinking too far ahead. Okay, just take it one step at a time. And once you get better, and I know you're going to get better, you're going to do these a lot quicker. You are going to have a lot more experience, a lot more problem solving skills, and time having spent looking at these problems in your math toolbox. So things will become a little bit more natural for you, and you'll be able to make decisions. And usually that's when things kind of become a bit confusing for you if you're not writing down every single step. But if that is a choice that you will make later on when you continue on your way as a math student. But for now, we're going to carry our brackets and parentheses for the sake of understanding. Okay, enough about that. We're going to continue. And now we're going to work with fraction bars. So exciting. Okay, so we're asked to evaluate this expression using our order of operations. So I'm going to write this down. PEMDAS. Parentheses, evaluating powers, multiplication or division, addition, subtraction. And what did we say about multiplication and division and addition and subtraction? We said that they have the same priority. So when we encounter them, like we are in this problem, we will carry out the operations from left to right. Okay, so we're going to start at the left and we will work our way towards the right. So let's go ahead and see that in action and vivo. Okay, so we have 3 minus 4 divided by 18 minus 4 squared plus 1. Now, I am going to start at the top. I usually like to start in the numerator first. So I'm going to write 13 minus 4. That is going to give me 9. And now for the bottom, I have 18 minus 4 squared plus 1. Okay, now I notice here I have subtraction, I have an exponent, and I have addition. So according to my order of operations, I have to evaluate my power. So I'm going to write 9 divided by 18 minus, what's 4 squared? That'll be 4 times 4. So that will be 16. And I'll bring down my addition. Now I have 18 minus 16 plus 1. So I have subtraction and I have addition. So here we're going to work from the left to the right. So we're going to start right here. So I'm going to write 9 divided by 18 minus 16 is going to give us 2. And I bring down my plus 1. Now I can do my addition. So I'm going to write it maybe down here. So it'll be 9 divided by, and this will be 2 plus 1 will give us 3. And if we simplify this further, this will actually give us 3. So 9 divided by 3 is going to give us, we're going to work up there. So 9 is going to be 3. Okay, so this would be our answer for this expression. Hopefully that's making sense. If you have some questions, why did we start here? Because we're using the left to right rule, meaning that when we have operations like multiplication and division, addition and subtraction, they have the same priority. So multiplication is not more important than division, and addition is not more important than subtraction just because of the way that you see it written here. They have the same priority. So when we have these two things in the same expression, we are going to work from the left to the right. So like this, we're going to start here and work our way over there. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If not, go ahead and check out the previous video where we introduced the left to right rule as well as the order of operations. So it's always there for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and write this down so that we can continue on to our next slide. Okay, so this is the exact same problem. Well, it's not the exact same problem, but we're using fraction bars and we're going to evaluate this expression using the order of operations. So I'm going to write this down again. So parentheses, evaluating exponents, multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction. Yikes. Okay. Fun. I mean, it's fun. Okay. We're going to begin. I usually like to begin in the numerator. So 6 times 4 is going to give me 24. I'm going to write my denominator. So 4 plus 3 squared minus 1. On the denominator, I have addition, an exponent, a power, and subtraction. So according to my order of operations, I need to do the power first because I don't have any parentheses. So that's where I'll start. So I'll write 24 divided by 4 plus, and 3 squared is 3 times 3. So I'm just going to write 9 and bring down the negative 1 or minus 1. Now I have addition and I have subtraction. So I'm going to again use the left to right rule. So I'm going to work from the left towards the right. So in this direction, okay? So I am going to start here. So 4 plus 9 is going to give me 13. And now we bring down the minus 1. Now we can do our subtraction. So we have 24. And then 13 minus 1 is going to give us 12. And now we simplify this because we always want to simplify as much as we can, get our maximum points. It's not about the points for the tests. It's not about the points for the homework. It's about learning, everyone. It's about us being present as math students. And it's also about, you know, getting good grades because it reaffirms all of our hard work. Okay, enough about that. So we're going to simplify up here. So we write 24 divided by 12, and I'm going to simplify this. So I'm going to write divided by 12. So my answer is going to be 2 over 1, or just 24 divided by 12. You can also do it like that. So our answer would be 2. Okay. Okay. So we are going to move on. So go ahead and write all this down. And it looks like that is the end of our presentation. We will continue with more practice problems in the next lecture. I hope that you found all of this amusing and entertaining, helpful, and that you learned something. Thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. Next time we will continue to do more problems. So I hope that you can join us for that. But for now, that's it for today, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.